Hi, my name's Renee, and this is my introduction to my channel. Something really profound happened on 11/11 of 2022. In case you're unaware, the comedian Gallagher died. Now, I'm not sure when the interview took place, but Pauly Shore did an interview with him on the phone, I suppose. And towards the end of the interview, Polly asked him, he said, you're 67, you've had 4 heart attacks. And Polly asked him, well, after you go home and you're just chilling, how do you feel? And what do you wish for? And I want you to think about it, he said. I want you to think about it hard. And Gallagher took a few moments. Now, ironically enough, I seen this man live in Las Vegas when I was pregnant with my oldest child. Very pregnant, in high heels. I got a pink t-shirt with his face on the front of it. And I wore it for a long time. I don't know what happened to that t-shirt. But anyway, he said, well, I can't have a relationship because honestly, I think I might not wake up. Because he lives alone. He didn't have a house. He basically died with no money. Which many of us do, right? Because it's all set up by design to where unless you have like a government job, you're not gonna have a whole lot of money saved up unless you can put money in stocks or whatever the case may be. But he said, I don't have a house, no money, no family. I just want people to hear my ideas, but no one wants to hear them. And that's all he said. And I thought to myself, and Gallagher said that, and I thought to myself this morning when I got up, do I want to be that person? Do I want to be that person that never gets their ideas heard because nobody wants to listen? And we have this internet out here at our disposal, and you can share your ideas. You can share your hopes. You can share your dreams. And you can share your fears. And, I kind of agree with Gallagher. It's hard to have a relationship with someone, or anyone for that matter, if you don't know if you're going to wake up the next day. And I suppose in his health condition, I could understand that. But it just seemed like a really lonely life. And, my life can get that way at times. I am so grateful for my animals. My animals make sure that I get up every day. They make sure I get up and get out of bed and take care of them. And how many people in this world don't even have that because they choose not to have animals, or anyway, and he probably, I don't know if he died in a hotel room or if he was all alone, but he didn't have a home. He still had to work, and he enjoyed working. But they were talking about how much money he made in the 80s, and he said he made like $10 million in the 80s, but he didn't have. And I saw him in 1987, which was the prime of his career. He said he maybe made $10 million, but he didn't have anything to show for it now. I live a pretty humble life. I live in a camper. Yes, I chose to do so. And it's a rough life. But it's bought and paid for. No one can take it away from me. And that's what I was striving for, you know? And at this point right now, I'm unemployed. And I've been trying to find a job for a month and a half. Now, this used to be really easy to do way back when. I could just bebop from job to job to job. But it seems that because I'm older and maybe set in my ways is the way they look at it. I don't know. I would really love to hear from an employer why they don't hire somebody in their 50s when they have all kinds of experience under their belt. I mean, I can't even get a job as a cashier somewhere. I have done all sorts of things in my life. But what is preventing me from getting work? I don't know. The competition is younger than me. I'm not sure. But I do know that I don't want to go to my grave like Gallagher and nobody willing to listen to my ideas. Or my thoughts, for that matter. There's all kinds of people in this world that are super rich just sharing their thoughts and their ideas. You know, Dave Chappelle, they call him a comedian, but really, he doesn't tell jokes. He talks serious shit. And what I wouldn't do for an audience like that, to listen to your thoughts and your not just your thoughts, but your aspirations, your dreams, your thoughts on your God, whatever that may be. I am so grateful for the sunshine today to warm up my house a little bit. I was asked over the weekend, how are you doing? I said I'm cold. It was an honest answer. And I got shot back a question, well, you lived in a camper for 4 years in Colorado. And I thought to myself, well, what does that got to do with anything? I'm also now 4 years older. And this is a different kind of cold. It's more of a damp cold, not a high elevation dry cold. It's different. But I thought that's a pretty selfish question. And then the song The River came into my mind. The lyrics came into my mind. And if you've never heard that song before, I would link it down below, but technically I'm kind of challenged. So just look it up. A lot of different people have sang it. But I found that song when I was homeless living in a tent in Oregon. And it saved me. It saved me because in my hard times, when I had nobody, I found my higher power. I found God. And, you know, I went through a lot of stuff after that. But through all of it, the only person that was there for me was my higher power, was my spirit, was God. And I find myself in the same position right now, with no one to talk to but God. I journal constantly. And it's kind of my journal to God. Getting all my crazy thoughts out on paper to dissect them. Journaling has saved my life. Art has saved me. But there's also a whole lot of people on YouTube that have saved me as well. They've been my friends. I don't watch TV. I have a phone now. And I watch all these people on YouTube, and they're just themselves, and I love that. And I would like to be an inspiration to other people too, just like them. And I don't know if I have anything important to share, but I've lived a long time and I've been through a whole lot. And I feel like my testimony... Quit eating stuff. My testimony, I'm supposed to share. And I know that. I know that. And I'm sure that there are people in my life, family members, that really don't want me to. And I'm to the point where I just don't care. Because I am important. And I am a gift. I am. I'm reminded of that every single day. Through people on the internet who I don't even know. Some live in other countries. And I'll never be leaving the United States. I mean, I don't see that happening, but although I would love to travel. I've traveled a lot. But I want to send a shout out and a thank you to all the YouTube influencers out there, because you've given me hope. Hope. This is my Hail Mary. My Hail Mary that maybe I can share some experiences, share some hopes, and inspire someone else. Because so many people have inspired me. I have a list that is a mile long, and I will mention them at some point. I made a video thanking them all, and it did not turn out right. The words did not match the picture, and so I will try that again. But in the meantime, I just want to let everybody know that no matter how tough it gets, no matter how hard it gets, do not give up on yourself. I refuse to give up on myself. And I've been through a whole lot. And today, I hope I get a phone call for a job. Okay? So that I don't have to sell my meager little home. Just to get by. It may be a humble home, but I own it. And yes, it's like a refrigerator in the wintertime. It's got 2-inch walls. But it's all I can afford. I'm grateful I'm not in a tent. Okay? That would be worse. That would be worse. And I have been there. So, get back here. Come. Come. I'm thankful for my dogs. They make sure I get up out of bed every day. Yeah. And they keep me warm at night. So it's a meager beginning. My little YouTube channel. A meager beginning. You know, I love thrifting, and I watch, like, Jebus, for instance. He buys storage units and resells it. They play lottery tickets, and I get to gamble vicariously through him. It's just, you know, everybody's filming their life and they're sharing it. This is my little girl. Her name's Diamond. She loves me. She's a talker. They got little t-shirts, see? It says Play Dead. Little Halloween t-shirts. Keeps them warm, though. Well, to all my children out there that I'm embarrassing, I'm sorry. But I love you. And I'm going to leave you a legacy. I'm not sure how. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get it done before God calls me to heaven, but I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to try. And if anything, when I am gone, you can go back to these videos. And you can be with me here. Hear the birds? That is the best part about living in the country. No cars. No sirens. Just the birds. Sometimes the coyotes. I don't want to be like Gallagher. Alone, going from hotel to hotel and still working at 67 years old. I don't want to be that person. My dogs are silly. Well, like that rose that I showed you earlier, I am tough, I'm resilient, and I'm strong. And I have a faith that is as big as a cantaloupe. And so, here's my Hail Mary, God, that I get a regular job so that I can support my habit of painting, because thanks to YouTube, I have started painting. And it is a great release. And, you know, I might not be that good at it, but I certainly enjoy it. And, you know, every endeavor that you do costs money. So, I don't need a whole lot to survive, but I'd like to be able to paint. And so, you know, say a prayer for me today that I get a regular job of some sort. I've been denied a few the last few weeks, but I'm trying. And God willing, I'll get a job and be able to support my art habit, because I really enjoy painting. You know, artists don't become famous until they die. So it is. I can accept that. I have a lot to share. And I've been through a lot of trials and tribulations in my life. And that alone has made me a survivor. But I don't want to survive anymore. I want to thrive. And I also need to find a tribe, because no matter where I go, I'm not very comfortable. And there's been people out there that say that that's because I'm from another planet. I don't think I'm from another planet, but I do think that I'm not everyone's cup of tea. And my little whiner dog, quit. I love them. They're begging for bones. So, on that note, I'm going to give them what they want because they're what I love. They're my life right now. But thank you to all the YouTube influencers out there. There's a young man named Ken Koe, I believe his name is. Anyway, he's really young, but man, does he have some profound things to say. They're very deep. And he says you have to change with the times. And the times are revolving around the internet. If COVID taught us anything, it taught us that. And I am way behind on the times and way behind on electronics. I mean, I didn't even get a smartphone until 2017 and have complete access to it until then. So, for any 50-somethings out there, you're not alone. I'm right up there with you. I'm electronically challenged, but I'm going to try real hard. I mean, it took me 3 hours to figure out how to link my PayPal to my YouTube channel. 3 hours. That's something that probably a young person could do in a matter of a few minutes. So I understand the struggle. And also understand the struggle it's taken to live right now, because when I went to the grocery store last week, I mean, things went up like 50 cents. And that don't seem like a lot, but when you add it all up at the end, that is a lot. If you bought 20 items, that's, an extra $10 on your grocery bill. So I feel for anybody out there that's raising kids. I really do. So there's so many influencers out there I want to thank, and I'll do that next video, I promise. And I really appreciate everybody just tuning in and listening. It's going to get better, it's promised. Just keep the faith. That's what I do every single day. Just keep the faith. God bless.